right, everybody. Hey, this is Garage Gym Junkies, Joey, and we have Tyler Hobson here. We are actually here at Tyler Hobson's little foundation of heaven here in Montgomery, Texas, and I have him here right now, and I'm going to ask him some questions. First off, I just wanted you to give a brief introduction of yourself, like if anyone actually doesn't know who the hell you are, which is crazy.
I'm Tyler Hobson, and I am the founder and designer of Pendulum, the Pendulum line of strength equipment, and now I've moved on, and now I am doing IronCore. So IronCore is my new passion, and we are creating a new line of equipment that is a little bit next level, not for everybody, but it is for the discerning collector, and that's what we're doing now.
Well, discerning collector. That's everybody in this room, everybody, just so you guys know. Tyler, I have some questions now. Now, people have talked to you about stuff that you've done in the past. I want to know what's going on for the future. Pieces that you're making right now, and then future plans on equipment.
So when I design equipment, I've stuck to this formula where I let the masses speak, and then I come out with the pieces that everybody wants. So as an inventor, a lot of times we get into this trap where we come up with something really cool and then no one wants it, Yeah. So we end up trying to have to sell the idea of that piece. So I have made a habit of listening to the audience very closely, listening to what everybody's looking for, and then if I hear it enough times, then I go after that piece.
So specifically, my big, beautiful armored tank of a hip press.
The big T-Rex?
The big T-Rex. I mean, we can talk for hours on it, guys, and believe me, you're going to see a lot of content coming up in the future on it. But you already had the OG. You created it. It was perfect. Rogers made it. The collector market absolutely loves it. What made you want to bring that back to the market?
Well, I think there was some iconic pieces that I got to be involved in. The hip press was one of them, and it was a huge home run. And then it went into the hands of other people, and they made changes, and the changes that were made were very dramatic. Altered the feel, altered the vibe, and so many people were asking me, please, what about the OG hip press? Can you come back out with that? And I looked at it very closely, and I thought, how could I make it better? What could I do to make this thing even better? So you have to realize that the original hip press came out 30 years ago. Yeah. So I'm old.
I feel older every freaking day.
I don't know what happened, but so that came out a long time ago, and I was a thirsty young inventor. I was coming out with things, and I've evolved. And I see my mistakes in some of the older pieces, and I see things where I've learned from other inventors, and I've looked at it and I'm like, there's a better way to do this. I could make this even better. And part of that, goes back to you, the end users who have ideas and they want to integrate that. Well, what about this? So the original Squat Pro had a dual loading position, and you approached me with that, and you were asking, could we make a top loading position? I was very resistant to changing it because it was already a home run. And then I
agree.
I tested it, and I thought, wow, this is taking a machine that is really awesome and then making it even more awesome, because now it has a different dynamic to it. It wasn't just another loading position, it was another strength curve that was occurring on this awesome machine. So now we have a hip press combined with like a seated squat or a leg press all in one machine. And then you hit me with the calf block down on the bottom of the pad, and I was curious if that would even work. But
I love the fact that you actually toyed with my idea, though, and you didn't just say no, because the one thing about this gentleman that people might not understand is everything is custom. Everything in this shop, every piece is handmade, blood, sweat, and tears on every single piece. Everything is done by 3-4 guys, including yourself. I mean, it's amazing, the work.
Well, we love it, and I think that's what separates us, that we do listen. I mean, it's like the guys that are making guitars. Anybody who's ever played a guitar, they all kind of have a different sound, but you're really making the guitar for the guitar player.
Yeah.
The musicians, and everybody kind of wants that thing. And when a guitar player comes to a luthier and says, hey, can you do this for me? I need this different sound. Of course they're going to do it. And that's what I do. I mean, love training. I love the iron game. I love it. But everybody is doing something different with these tools. And so if you can adapt and if you can be that different guy, then there's a market for me. I can't compete against the hammers and all those people that are just churning stuff off and you're just taking it off the shelf. That's not a game I even want to be in.
There's money in mediocrity, and there's plenty of it out there, so
Absolutely.
go ahead and get that.
And so you have to water down your product. The first thing I'd have to do to compete with those guys is to cheapen everything, to go down to 1-inch bearings, lighter gauge steel, cut corners. Anybody that asks me for any changes, I don't have time for that because I'm making 50 of them in exactly this, the same way every time.
Production model.
Cookie cutters. So, that's kind of what we're doing here.
So now, caveating off of that, so that is something that's new that's coming out that isn't been fully shown off yet, which is going to be shown off more. What is coming next? So Tyler, my first introduction was the vertical chest press. You already had it out there. You did some tweaks. You did the foot. You did the pre-stretch foot assist for me. You already had the incline. You had other pieces that you were already making. That Bicep Pro, which is amazing. Now I'm seeing like a flex out there. What the hell are you doing with that?
Yeah, so I want to have a full round of equipment so we can hit the entire body. We've got the push covered. We need to do some pulls. We came out with the new row, the 5-way mid row. That's still in evolution, and that's going to be really fun. But I've always wanted to create I have a pull down. The pendulum pull down was awesome, but I've always wanted to experiment with that forward facing with the bearings behind you. And I have heard so much about this flex pull down.
Yeah.
So Dr. Jeff was kind enough to let me look at his, and I looked at it, and then I felt it, and it hits you like you're doing a chin. So I could immediately see where the chin progression, you can't progress on a chinning. Like you weigh 200 pounds. It's like, okay, let me teach you how to bench press 400 pounds. So here's 400 pounds, you can't do it. Next day you come back, you still can't do 400 pounds. We got to come up with a way to progress. That thing hits you like you're actually doing it.
In a way, it's like doing a chin assisted pull up.
Exactly.
Because you could actually incrementally raise the weight up or take it off, and you can build your strength up to the point where you can do 200, 300, 400 pounds depending on your body weight. Then you're getting to your body weight. Then you're getting stronger because now you're doing your body weight, and then you start adding on, and then there's a beauty.
100%.
What do you have planned for that machine next? Because that one-to-one copy that is even smoother than the Flex, sorry Flex lovers, but this one's actually a lot better. What are you doing to make it Tyler-fied?
Yeah, I think
you're going to trademark that.
We'll have to call it "Pimp My Pull Down."
Yeah.
All right, so we're
go.
gonna take it to another level because just like my old stuff, there's things that could be done differently. So for me, it would be really neat to make that into a unilateral piece.
That would be dope.
Where we could do a unilateral piece, we could fuse it or unfuse it. I think it just adds value to the machine because now you have a different dynamic. I think rotating arms, similar to what the Nautilus Nitro
and
what CXP
they explode and they see it. Yep.
So I think that's a clever addition to a machine. So you're taking a really awesome machine and you're just going to make it insane. And so we're going to double the amount of bearings. We're going to put so much 1.5-inch stainless steel on there that it's going to be sick, and it'll be something special, and you'll feel the difference immediately. So I think that's where we're headed on that piece.
Amazing. So now, final question for me: what is something that I don't know, that no one else knows, that you have planned for coming down the pipeline for a piece? I want some inside scoop. I want to know what I'm spending my money on next.
There's some special pieces that are in the hopper, some very special pieces in the hopper that are very iconic. There's some things, a lot of people know that I'm staring at the original plate-loaded Dorian Yates style pullover. And that piece was an awesome piece for somebody who is 5'9" or 5'10", and that's it. So if we took a piece like that,
I am not 5'9" or 5'10", people. I'm 6 foot. laying down on my backside.
He is he's very tall for his size. Very tall for his size.
In my family, I'm actually a giant.
But I think those pieces, like when you take something that is just such a fantastic piece and then you make it fit more people and you make it more usable, more adjustable, but you don't lose that magic, that's a magical piece. So that is one. I also was able to obtain an original Polaris Iron Cross. I found it in the UK and I just brought it over here. It's something I'm looking at. And but I won't build it until enough people scream for it. So I have to keep.
I don't think enough people actually know what that machine is.
Crazy machine.
So it's like you're gonna have to show that one off and show the capability of it.
Yeah.
So to breed that crowd, because a lot of people don't have a clue. In fact, I don't even have that much of a clue on. I just know what it looks like. I've barely seen one even used.
I've seen a lot of people try to do a standing fly. I think Jim 80. Some of these other guys, there's a couple different people. I think, I'm not sure if Watson has one, but there's been a couple people try it, but I don't think anything's ever hit it like what they did. It's just an amazing piece. So the one I have is, it looks like something you drug up off of the bottom of the ocean. I mean, it's just, and it still feels great. I mean, it feels great. So I think that's a piece. And then I have I'm in the middle of a top secret project right now that is already, the engineered prints have already been done, and it is complete, and it is sitting in my warehouse.
Is it upper body or lower body?
It's a lower body piece. So.
And what part of the lower body?
I'd say it's a leg piece. But
leg piece.
Yeah. It's
you heard it now. He's making a leg combo.
Yeah, it's a nice piece. So I think that'll be something. We'll just keep moving forward. But yeah, we've got a lot of work to do. We'll let the people scream and holler. Got to have a shoulder press coming out soon. I'm looking at all the different designs. I have my own thoughts on what that should look like. But we'll wait and see. I hear the Magnum had a really nice shoulder press. I've tried some of the cross-X type shoulder presses. I haven't been really pleased with much that I've seen, so I don't know what it's going to look like, but it's going to be special. That'll be a piece we come out with for sure. We're going to have some fun toys. We're coming back out with the original pendulum gripper. That'll come out. It's.
And I actually like it.
Sucker for grippers.
Yeah. Oh gosh, it's a
small footprint.
Yeah, small footprint, ideal.
Really works the grip. Like it blows your hands and your forearms out of the picture.
It's awesome piece for everybody. Anybody that's a serious weightlifter needs to have strong hands, and so it's a great auxiliary piece. Great way to finish your workout with something like that.
Chest, back, shoulders, everything you're using your grip straight for.
Everything. So it's a game changer. You're having a strong grip, make sure your rows go up. You know.
Now, gents, everyone's in here sitting. Do you all have any questions?
You've obviously been very successful in this industry, legend in this industry. And this is obviously a business, but to me, like seeing how you interact with customers and your like customer service and everything, it seems like it's like more than a business to you. Like, is that right? Is there like some like legacy play here for you? I'm kind of curious about that.
I've shared this with a lot of people that, that your work is your signature. Whatever it is that you do. That's my dad used to tell me that all the time, and I think he was just getting on me for being sloppy about things. But as I grew older, that became a big statement to me, because when I'm gone, people will still see what I've done, and they'll see maybe when you're looking at the machines I make, you might even understand a little bit about me by looking at the machines, and when you see, man, this guy spent more time grinding and contouring the welds. He's more of an artist than he was a designer of machines. But the other big thing is, when, as you all here have known, when you get involved with a build, it's something that you and I are doing together. So it's a journey that we're doing together, and I don't think anybody does that anymore. I think everybody's just wanting your money, and that's the end of it. They've made the sale and they're off. When I'm looking to gain a tribal community that goes back to the values of maybe the 1950s when a man was good to his word and he took care of his people, and the people knew that, and you wanted to do business with me because you've made a significant investment and you trust me. So I think that this is gone from our culture, and I really want to bring it back. And so that means everything to me. And so you see it in the stuff that I do, even those prototypes, that the row that everybody was playing on, that's just tacked together. That's not even fully welded out. And everybody was screaming and raving about it, and it made me so happy. Imagine what the production machine is going to feel like when it's fully welded out and it has all the bells and whistles and it's got the finish on it. It's going to be amazing.
And just wait for some other little changes that we tweaked on, because I know Josh is excited about it. And no one's going to know about that one. We're going to keep our mouths shut. That one is going to be insane. Trust me. We're adding a little explode CXP touch to that 5-way row, and it's going to be spectacular. Tyler,
Game over.
all I have to say is, first off, thank you so much for taking myself and my extended family. They're also out there, they're in here, feeding us, letting us train here for Briskets and Barbells 2025, the very first one ever, the inaugural, and bring us into your house with your family and your friends and treating us like family, like the tribe that you've been creating for all these years. I'm honored to be a part of it. My friends are honored to be a part of it. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you
sir.
guys so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tyler.
You got it. Thank you. Briskets and Barbells. How we gonna
Briskets and Barbells!